Hello, in this video I will be showing you how to set up your own PowerNukkit server. The first thing you're going to want to do is go to www.powernukkit.org and click download now. At this page you'll have to make your first decision whether you download the stable release or the recent commits from the breeding branch. If you download stable releases, your software will obviously be more stable, but you'll have less of the new features a lot slower, so you'll receive updates slightly slower. For example, stable release at the moment, yes, it supports 1.16.100, but it doesn't have any of the new nether blocks or any of the features like shields. So in this video I'm going to be going with the recent GitHub bleeding branch commits for my server. So you'll be brought to this list and it may look slightly overwhelming at first if you're not used to GitHub, but you do need to be signed in with a GitHub account and you need to click on the latest one at the top. Now once you've done that, you click on PowerNukkit here and it will download a .zip file to your computer. I'm just going to save it in my downloads folder, and yes, I know it looks horrible. Once you've done that, show in folder, right click it and click extract all. Then you can just click extract. Once it's extracted, it shouldn't take awfully long. Here you have your server folder that you can be using, but I'm going to move this to somewhere else. Once you've pasted it in wherever you want to have your server, I'm just for the ease of access for later, I'm going to name this to server.jar. And now what we're going to want to do now, with your favorite text editor, create a new text document, and at the top you're going to want to type at echo off java dash, and then here is where you decide how much RAM you want. So if you do XMS, and I'm going to give it 2 gigabytes. By the way, this will be in the description, so you can just copy and paste it. And it's going to be, I'm going to need to specify this is also how much RAM I want. So once again, 2 gigabytes. Now you need to tell it that it's Java and what server jar to be looking at. So I just named it server.jar, just for ease of use. And you want to show it. We want to show what's on screen, so I'm going to put pause. Okay, then you want to save this file wherever your servers are saved, and you're going to want to save it as Start.bat. On Linux it may be slightly different. I'm not too sure what it is in Linux, but it'll be a similar thing. So just click save and go back to your folder here, and now you've got the Start.bat with that we just mentioned in there. Double click on Start.bat and it'll run you through the setup process of the first time run. So we want to change the language. My language is English, so I'm going to do ENG for English. This is where it starts loading, and this is you're nearly done for the most basic part of your PowerNukkit server. In server.properties you can edit the general stuff, so the MOTD is what the message shown on the Minecraft. This doesn't really get shown anywhere. The port of what you are going to want to connect to, the default in Minecraft Bedrock is 19132, and that's what this is here. And these are all the other settings in for your server. These are kind of like not game rules, but they're like, you can treat it as that if you don't really know what you're doing. This is more advanced settings. The only thing I would recommend changing is having foreskins trusted to true. This will make sure all of your players' skins are displayed correctly, even depending on the client settings for each individual player. So to apply new settings, you want to type stop and just rerun it, and your new settings should be applied. This is the same for adding new plugins. Plugins, you just drop the .jar into the plugins folder and restart the server, and you should be good to go. The final step is how to connect to your server. If you just want to connect to it to test on your local machine, you want to create a new server and just as the address have localhost and have it as this. And just have localhost and then the port you selected, which is 19132. Now this isn't going to let other people join your server because that is just locally hosted on your machine. If you want to have people connect, other players that aren't in your home network connect to your server, then you're going to need to port forward in your router and give them your public IP address. Now this is an option for hosting, but if you're not comfortable with people knowing your IP address, I wouldn't recommend this, and I would go with a hosting service, either a paid one like with a hosting, or a free one like Idly Host or Phalix Nodes, not sponsored in this video. But that should wrap up about everything you need to know to set up your most basic PowerNukkit server. And the link for plugins and stuff will be in the description. It's the Cloudburst website that will be linked in the video description. So yeah, I hope that helps you, and goodbye.